There's a prevailing, insidious idea in our modern culture that the goal of life is to be happy, that the ideal state is one of ease, comfort, and the absence of pain. We're sold this notion from every direction, that if you just buy the right product, find the right partner, get the right job, you can construct a life free from suffering. This is a dangerous and profound lie. It's a lie because it sets you up for catastrophic failure. The fundamental truth of existence, the baseline reality, is that life is suffering. This isn't a pessimistic viewpoint. It's a realistic one. You are mortal. You are fragile. You will face illness, betrayal, loss, and your own staggering inadequacy. Malevolence is real. Chaos is the default state of the universe. To pretend otherwise is to build your house on sand, and when the storm comes, and it will, you will be utterly destroyed. You will become bitter, resentful, and nihilistic. But there is an antidote, an ancient idea articulated most powerfully in the Gospels, but present in the deepest myths of humanity. It's the instruction given to those who wish to find the right path. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. Today, we are going to dissect this statement not as a mere religious platitude, but as the most potent psychological formula for a meaningful life ever conceived. We will explore what it truly means to bear your cross, why it is the only viable path out of the abyss, and how you, in your own life, can begin to shoulder this terrible, glorious responsibility. This isn't about happiness. This is about meaning, and meaning is what sustains you through the flood. What is the cross? Let's be precise. The cross is the specific, unique burden of your existence. It's not an abstract concept. It is the sum total of life's tragedy and malevolence as it manifests in your life. It's your limitations, your lower-than-average IQ, your predisposition to anxiety, your physical ailments. It's the baggage from your family, the trauma your parents passed down, the sibling you must care for, the historical injustices that affect your opportunities. It's your mortality. It's the fact that everyone you love will one day die. It is also, and this is crucial, your own capacity for evil, your own foolishness, your own propensity to lie, to take the easy way out, to be cruel. That is all part of the cross you are assigned. The modern world tells you to cast this aside, to run from it, to medicate it, distract yourself from it, or, most destructively, to blame someone else for it. My life is hard because of the system, because of my parents, because of them. This turns your cross into an anchor that drowns you in a sea of resentment. But the great wisdom of our ancestors tells us something entirely different. It does not say you have a choice whether or not to have a burden. You don't. The burden is a precondition of being. The choice is whether you will be crushed by it as a passive, complaining victim, or if you will square your shoulders, look it squarely in the eye, and decide to carry it voluntarily. This single shift in orientation, from passive victimhood to voluntary acceptance, is the psychological alchemy that transforms hell into the precursor of heaven. It is the difference between the person who is dragged into the abyss and the hero who descends into it to rescue his father from the belly of the beast. The landscape is the same. The orientation is everything. Why does voluntarily accepting the burden make such a difference? This isn't just a philosophical sleight of hand. It's rooted in our biology and psychology. When a burden is imposed upon you against your will, your body floods with cortisol. You enter a state of emergency panic, fight, flight, or most commonly, freeze. You are a victim of circumstance. Your resources are marshaled for short-term survival, not long-term growth. This is the posture of anxiety, of PTSD, of chronic stress that wears you down to nothing. But when you choose to confront a challenge, when you decide to bear the heavy load, your neurochemical response is entirely different. Yes, there is stress, but it's modulated by the systems associated with engagement, exploration, and mastery. You are not a victim. You are a participant. You are a player in the game. This activates the dopaminergic systems associated with goal pursuit. You are moving towards something desirable, even if the path is laden with difficulty. Think of it this way. Compare the man who is forced into back-breaking labor in a gulag to the man who voluntarily goes to the gym to lift immense weights. The physical strain might be comparable, but for the prisoner, every moment is a testament to his subjugation and misery. His soul is being crushed. For the weightlifter, every moment of strain is a testament to his strength and discipline. He is building himself. He walks out of that gym stronger, not weaker. To pick up your cross is to become the weightlifter of your own soul. You are saying to fate, "This is the load I have been given. It is heavy, it is painful, but I will lift it with purpose. I will use it to make myself stronger. I will not let it crush me." This is how you integrate your shadow. You acknowledge the terrible reality of your life's burden, and you choose to make it your sacred duty. In doing so, you discover a strength you cannot possibly imagine you possess. The part of you that is capable of withstanding the storm is only called forth when you voluntarily walk into it. So what happens if you refuse? What is the alternative to bearing your own cross? You might think the alternative is a life of ease. It is not. The alternative is hell, and it's a hell of your own making. If you refuse to pick up your own specific, individual cross, you don't become free of burdens. Instead, you end up crushed by a far heavier, more monstrous one, the cross of resentment, of bitterness, of arrogance, and of ideological possession. Here's how it unfolds. First, you deny the reality of your own burden and your own responsibility. You lie to yourself. You say, "This isn't my fault. The world is unfair." Then you become bitter. You see others who seem to have lighter loads, and you grow to hate them for it. You become cynical. You see any attempt at good as naive or corrupt. Your heart hardens. Then, because you need an explanation for your misery, and you've refused to find it within, you adopt a simplistic, all-encompassing ideology. It provides you with a simple enemy and a simple solution. All my problems are because of the patriarchy, or capitalism, or the West, or some other monolithic evil. This feels good for a moment. It absolves you of all personal responsibility. But now you are truly lost. You haven't just refused your cross. You have traded it for an ideological club, and you go about using it to tear down everything, convinced you are doing good. You become an agent of the very malevolence you claim to be fighting. This is the pathway that produced the horrors of the 20th century, and it starts in the heart of the individual who refuses to bear their own damn burden. Look at the people in your life who are the most miserable, the most toxic. I can almost guarantee they are people who have refused to take responsibility for their own suffering. They are perpetual victims, always pointing the finger, always complaining, their lives a chaotic mess because they have outsourced the responsibility for order. That is the hell that awaits you if you choose the easy path. So how do you do it? How do you, a single individual, begin this monumental task? It's not as complex as you might think. It begins with small, truthful acts. First, stop lying. Just for one day, try to not say anything you believe to be false. This is extraordinarily difficult. You will find that much of your speech is designed to manipulate outcomes, to manage social appearances, to avoid responsibility. Simply stopping the lies will force you to confront reality as it is, your own reality. This is the first step in seeing your cross clearly. Second, clean your room. This is not a meme, it is the most practical advice possible. Your immediate environment is a reflection of your mind. If your room is in chaos, it is likely your soul is too. You don't know how to fix the world, but you can, perhaps, take 15 minutes to bring a small amount of habitable order to your own domain. This is a micro act of bearing responsibility. You are telling the universe that you are on the side of order against chaos, at least in this one small way. That victory compounds. Third, look for what you can fix. Once your room is in order, expand the domain. Look at your life. What is it that is not right, that you could do something about, and that you would to do something about? Maybe it's a difficult conversation you need to have with a family member. Maybe it's fixing your resume and applying for a better job. Maybe it's establishing a proper sleep schedule. Don't aim to solve world hunger. Aim at the dragon that is right in front of you, in your own path. Pick the thing you are avoiding the most. That is very often the cross you are meant to bear right now. Fourth, aim for the highest good you can conceive. You cannot bear the suffering of life without a noble aim. Why would you? It's too hard. You must orient yourself towards something. So, ask yourself, what could my life, my family, my community be like if I were to take full responsibility? What would be the highest good I could bring into being? Articulate that. Write it down. That becomes your North Star. Your cross is the weight you must carry to get there. The journey towards that star is what imbues your suffering with meaning. The truth of existence is that it is a paradox. The path to a lighter spirit is through bearing the heaviest load you can. The path to strength is through confronting your weakness. And the path to a meaningful life, the only real antidote to the chaos and nihilism of our age, is to voluntarily accept the suffering that is your inevitable lot. To bear your cross is to find what is most noble and courageous within you. It is to join the great story of humanity, the story of heroes who confront the dragon of chaos and return with the gold. The gold is meaning. The gold is character. The gold is the kind of soul that can withstand the worst the world has to offer and still remain a force for good. So, the question that this ancient wisdom poses to you right now is not whether a cross awaits you. It does. It is waiting for you in your failures, your responsibilities, and your fears. The question is, will you have the courage to pick it up? Will you decide that your life will not be a tragedy of a man crushed by his fate, but an adventure of a hero who chose to bear his burden and, in doing so, found salvation? Your meaning is waiting for you, hidden behind the very thing you are avoiding. Go and pick up your damn cross.